Do you want to see what it looks like when someone is tone deaf? This is it. These two companies that we're going to talk about today are the exact examples of tone deaf game developers. Not even necessarily developers themselves, it's more so, the marketing teams and the executives who are the faults of this. We're gonna talk about Skull and Bones, and we're gonna talk about Suicide Squad. So in this video, as you see from here, this is from IGN article. Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League has fallen short of our expectations, Warner Bros says. And when you see that kind of title, you wonder, do they not understand what we've been telling them since the very first time they've mentioned this game? I have videos on this channel where I talk about Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League before the game came out, and that video and other reactions led to the game getting delayed for a long period of time, and them still putting the game out the way to put it out, and then acting like like this is a shocker that the game has failed. It's like, you either A, are intentionally tone deaf, or B, you're clueless. The game's been telling you what we don't want for years. When the Avengers video game came out and that did as awful as it did, that should have been a sign to Warner Brothers that they should not put this game out at all. Like, they should not put this game out at all, or not necessarily cancel it, but pull it back before release, and then redesign the game in a different way. But they chose not to. They chose to still stick with their guns and put out exactly what we have gotten. And it's to a point where the Arkham games currently have a better player base, or has more players than Suicide Squad Justice League on Steam. Now, this doesn't include Xbox and PC. Xbox and PC probably has actually Xbox and PS4 or PS5. So excuse me when I say PC. That's me misspeaking. When it comes to consoles, they don't really show their numbers all that often, so there might actually be a lot of people playing on console. It's easy to just show the Steam numbers, because Steam actually shows, you can literally just Google the Steam numbers. And so currently, Arkham Knight, not just the Arkham series, but Arkham Knight itself, which actually wasn't even well received on PC when it came out, because the game was broken on PC. A lot of people on PC refunded the game. It's a 9-year-old game, and it has almost 200 full more players than Suicide Squad Justice League. And this is bad by itself, but what's really bad is that number for a brand new video game. 3,737 players for a brand new video game is wild, especially when it's a AAA game. Air quotes on AAA. It peaked. Even its peak is even high. It peaked at 13,000. So it's like Warner Brothers is saying, "Hey, this fell short of our expectations." Well, duh. We kept telling you when you first announced the game, we don't want this. And the annoying thing about it is, when these studios see their games fail, they don't hear, "Hey, they told us that they didn't want this game this way." They're okay with the idea of the game, just they don't want it to be a live service, bloat fest. We should have just did something else. And now we're all scared that Wonder Woman's going to freaking fail and be bad because, this game. And, what grinds my gears what grinds my gears is that the way that the marketing team and the executives are going to see this is that, okay, well, clearly they don't want superhero video games. Clearly they don't want, a Suicide Squad video game. No, that's not what that means. It means we just don't want some live service trash. We do want superhero games. Look at Spider-Man on PlayStation. Clearly we want superhero games. Look at how successful the Avengers game was before we found out it was trash. We do want video games from superheroes. Look at how successful the Arkham games were. It's not that we don't want superhero video games, it's that we don't want trash. So we're going to move on from that, and we're going to have a general discussion as well. But we're going to talk about Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones, is going through what it's been going through, and reports have claimed that Skull and Bones was expected to hit 1 million concurrent players for Ubisoft, and it didn't. Now, the first thing I want to say is this is kind of the same flaw that Bungie had with Destiny, where Bungie thought that their game would do a certain way in 2023, and it didn't, and it filled expectations by like 40 something percent. This is Ubisoft doing the same thing. They thought because they're tone deaf, they're arrogant, and they're ignorant, they thought we were all going to flock to Skull and Bones and just love it. That's what Ubisoft thought. That's what not the developers, that's what the executives and marketing team thought. So they set their expectations at least 1 million concurrent players and didn't get that. Not only that, people aren't even freaking playing the free trial. The free trial isn't even doing good because nobody wants to play this freaking game because they saw videos of it from Luke Stevenson or Aswin Gold or whoever, and they was like, yeah, that looks like trash. Not interested. I want to play a pirate game that has everything that Black Flag and AC3 has without Assassin's Creed, and instead, this is what I get. You know, I get, you know, some decent naval combat, but there's nothing else there. There's no real story. There's nothing to the game. People, and again, much like with Warner Brothers, Ubisoft probably sit there and think to themselves, hey, they don't want pirates. No, we do want pirates. What we don't want is a bad video game that you're charging $70 for and calling a quad A game. I posted a video of my reaction to Skull and Bones, and I said it's not even an awful game. It has something there that's enjoyable that you would like. I have friends who are definitely really into the game who pre-ordered the game. Now, there are people who like the game. Miss Mika, who's a streamer on Twitch, has talked about how she enjoys the game. I think Anna Fruitia also said she enjoyed the game as well. So there's people who enjoy the game, but the issue here is the issue isn't necessarily what their opinion is their opinion. Don't disrespect any of those people for having what their opinion is, or me for my opinion is. Just be respectful. The thing is, and what's the issue here is just people wanted more. They didn't. It's not that they don't like Skull and Bones. They want more from it. They want to have an actual good story. They want to be able to have, you know, ground combat and actually be doing something other than sitting in your boat the entire time, even when you freaking loot. You know, like you have an animation playoff boarding. They want more than that. These companies, especially Warner Brothers and Ubisoft, are so tone deaf. I had a video before about Ubisoft being tone deaf. They just don't get it, and they don't care. And you kind of just hope, because both these companies, they own some amazing IPs. You kind of just hope that these fuckers literally just, they hear the noise and they go, we need to freaking like get it together. We need to have a meeting and talk about, you know, what we got to do. The fans are telling us what we got to do, and we're ignoring them. It's time to change. Will they? Probably not. They probably won't. And it's kind of frustrating. So I'm getting a little irritated because I want these companies to do better. I want these games to succeed. You know, you see, you know, Bungie talking about how like they don't understand like how Destiny is failing. It's like, we're telling you, you know, how these games are failing. Like these studios, they're acting so weird about, you know, their failure. Like they feel like it was supposed to succeed, like it was expected to succeed. When before you even put out your game, people are telling you, we don't want this. We're telling you what we do want. We're telling you exactly what we will buy. You see it in the games that are making a lot of money. The games that are getting higher view scores. The games that people are pushing on as content creation. Listen to the customer. You know, you got to where you got to because of the customer. Because you put out products the customer liked. Like I said, Ubisoft has great IP. Assassin's Creed, The Crew, Prince of Persia. You know, you can say what you want about Watch Dogs. So Watch Dogs 2 is a good game. Watch Dogs, the third one, what it's called, it's not a bad game, but like that's where they started like doing things they didn't need to do. You know, there's Rayman, there's other games that I can't think off the top of my head. This isn't a scripted video. You know, WB has the Arkham games. People are looking forward to the Wonder Woman game. You know, there's the Injustice games. In Destiny, when it comes to Bungie, Destiny has been a good game, but they just ruined it by just adding more and more microtransactions to it. They ruined it by being more and more tone deaf and confused that why did Lightfall fail? Because it sucked. And you had your general manager on stage telling people this is how you make a lot of money in video games, and everything that he said was ignoring making good content. He's telling you don't make it. Like he literally, it's not even like an exaggeration. He literally says don't make good content. Don't over deliver was his actual quote. He said when they put out Witch Queen that they over delivered. He said when they put out Taken King they over delivered. So the two best expansions Destiny has ever had are what you call an over deliver. Then you put out Lightfall and it sucks, and you got to fire half your studio. It's not really half, that's an exaggeration. And you're trying to figure out how come we're failing. Why is no one buying our stuff? Hey, we did a crossover with The Witcher. Come spend $60 to have your Titan and your Warlock and your Hunter look like Witcher characters. Hey, we have a Mass Effect crossover. Come spend $60 so you can look like Garrus Vakarian or Liara or Shepard. But oh, by the way, we still don't have any new content. We delayed the final shape. These studios, they act like they don't know why they fail and why their games aren't, pushing, or why their numbers are down. Listen to your player base. They're telling you. They're putting it on social media. They're making videos. They're saying it during live streams. They're showing you with their wallet, because they're leaving your game, if it's a continuing game like Destiny, or they're not even buying your new game, and they're going to buy something else instead. Power World did great in sales. Alan Wake 2 did great in sales. Spider-Man did great in sales. These good games are doing very, very good. What's not doing good? Bad games. Want to know what's failing in the industry? Bad games. It's no surprise why. You make good games, you make money. You make good games, you have a high player count. It's simple. Yes, inevitably, player count's going to get lower when there's any kind of like drought content, but when there's new content, it's going to go right back up. There's been new content Elden Ring for a very, very long time, but I bet you what, they will make a lot of money off that expansion, because people are expecting it to be good. People don't feel like, oh, this might be bad because there's a history or a record of this company putting out bad products. With Ubisoft, though, people are hesitant. People are hesitant to fight against Ubisoft because Ubisoft's tone deaf. People are hesitant to fight against WB because people told WB, we don't want this game. WB said, here, we don't care. We don't care that the Avengers game failed. We don't care that you would rather have a Superman game made the same way the Arkham games are. We don't care that you would rather have a new Arkham game. Take this instead. Take what we're giving you, not what you want. Then you fail. We're telling you what we want in Destiny. You don't do the things we want in Destiny. Your player base, your player numbers are down. It's not rocket science. But anyways, that's it for me. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, leave your thoughts, have in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys in the next video or my live stream. Link below in the description box. I've been your boy, WB Games, and I'll see you when I see you. I'm out of here. Deuces.